Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Robyn and today I'm going to be giving you 10 more easy dance moves that you can do at a wedding or on any dance floor. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So starting off with the step groove, I'm just sitting into my hip as I'm lifting my heel each time. So you can just practice the feet first, and then as you lift up your right heel, you're sitting into your left hip. And then the opposite is true, you just switch. So as your left heel lifts, you sit into your right hip. As your right heel lifts, you sit into your left hip. And once you get that motion down, you can add the upper body and head just to make it more relaxed and comfortable. There's also a slight bounce to this, almost as if when I put down my heel, I almost push off of it just a little bit, just to give it a bit of a bounce. So moving on to our toe/heel together, all we're doing is putting one foot out and bringing that foot back together. You can use your heel to tap the foot out, or you can use your toe to tap that foot out. The movement is the same for each, and notice how we're bouncing down as we come together. And then you can just use the opposite arm to bring it up, and I am tilting my shoulders just a little bit and twisting. It's very subtle, but it does give the movement a more relaxed feel and gives you some opposition. Now, one more detail is that I'm opening up the chest just slightly each time. And when you do this in conjunction with the shoulder twists and lean towards that foot that's going out, it'll really complete the movement. So for the next move, cross back untwist, it's just like it sounds. You're just stepping back and untwisting 180 degrees. If I'm starting with my right foot, I'm going to do it twice in a row with my right foot back. So we have cross back right, untwist, cross back right again, and untwist. Then I do left foot back and untwist, left foot back again and untwist. I'm also adding a bit of a bend as I step back, and then I'm straightening my legs as I untwist. So the next move is similar. You're just crossing front and then untwisting. So I cross front with my right leg and untwist, cross front with my right leg again and untwist. Then I use my left leg, cross front and untwist, and cross front and untwist. I'm always twisting towards the foot that is crossed. So I don't want to tangle myself up and go the opposite way. I want to go towards that front foot. So the next move is slide, step, step, slide, step, step, and it's just like it sounds. You're sliding to the side, and then you have two steps, 1, 2. But what we're actually going to do is make the step, step a little more subtle by just after we slide, taking that same foot and only using the ball of our foot to push off of. So we have slide, push, step, slide, push, step. This kind of relaxes the movement a little bit more, and as usual, we can add the upper body. I'm just subtly twisting and leaning towards that foot that is dragging. So the next move is the happy feet. I'm really just lifting up one heel as I lift up the opposite toe. So let's get that motion going first. As one heel goes up, the opposite toe goes up. Just try to get your weight transfer going first. And then all you're gonna do is shift the heel in and the toe out at the same time. And then the reverse is true. So you just shift the heel in and shift the toe out. I promise with practice, this does get a lot easier. It's just about getting the mechanics down and knowing where your weight is first. And then as you do this a bunch of times and get comfortable without shifting, you just can add a little shift with the heel going in and the toe going out. And then after you get that down, you can again add the upper body, you can add some fun shoulders, add the arms, the head, and you can even double up as well. So the next move is the kickball change. All you're doing is kicking your foot out, stepping together, and then putting the opposite foot back. So we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now notice how I'm rocking the shoulders up when I kick and when I put my foot back. And when I bounce in between is when my shoulders come forward. So up and back and up and back. It's always more subtle when you do it full out, but the breakdown is there. Now I can also do this movement by putting the foot out to the side, and as I step out, I'm just putting the ball of my foot on the floor so that it's a tap. So I'm twisting my upper body with both movements. The shoulders are twisting just a touch, probably a little bit more when I do this to the side, and the rock is still there with the upper body. So making sure that I'm adding the bounce on the in-betweens, that's also when my shoulders go slightly forward. So it's up and back and up and out and up and out. So the bounce is there for both movements. The shoulders and the upper body is there for both movements. And again, it becomes very subtle, almost to the point where you can't see it, but it is important to understand these mechanics so that when you go to do the movement, they are there in your body and you can just make them more and more subtle as you go along. I'm also adding the arms when I do this full out. And again, I'm twisting a little bit more when I do this to the side. You can do some chicken wing arms with those shoulders as well. And you know, the twist is still there even if my foot is just going back. It's just a bit more subtle. That bounce in between is there every single time. So the next move is the pas de bourrée, and this is 3 steps. Step back, open side, step side again. So back, side, side. Back, side, side. You're changing your weight every time, so there's no tapping in here. It's just stepping 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Back, side, side, back, side, side. And then once you get that down, you can add a bounce, bounce and bounce and bounce and bounce and bounce and bounce. And again, just using the arms to complete the movement. So the next move is cross front, and we're doing a full turn. Now I'm using the same technique that I use in the happy feet here. I'm just lifting that front toe and lifting the back heel at the same time as I rotate around. Now I'm also using the upper body to pull everything together, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror as long as I can and snapping the head forward. That's going to help you rotate without getting dizzy and keep you more compact. So trying the other side, same thing. I'm just lifting that front toe and back heel to rotate around. So cross, lift, shift that weight, and rotate all the way around. And then when you use the upper body, it sort of helps tighten everything up. You just use that elbow to sort of pull yourself around and bring the other arm in as well. And then I'm just adding the head, I'm spotting and snapping that head around. So now we're trying the same move, but it's cross back and then do a full turn around. So here I'm just crossing back, and as you cross back, that heel is already lifted. So in the front, all you need to do is lift the toe. Your back heel comes up, and then you complete your rotation around. So now we're gonna add the upper body to help you get around easier. You're gonna start by moving the arms up and starting with the twist. So twist your elbows as far as you can, look at yourself in the mirror as long as you can, and then snap that head around. So once you've mastered the feet and the upper body, you should be able to smooth it all out. So now we're just gonna add all those moves together so you can freestyle these moves all at once, mixing it up however you want, and having some fun with it, just feeling the music and doing what feels right in that moment. All Alright, that's all I've got for you for today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you're notified every time I post a new video. I post helpful, inspiring, or entertaining videos at least once a week, sometimes more, and I would love to have you here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!